Hello, friends. To my knowledge, I made this pattern up. This year I did some variations on it, and then I put it on my Instagram, so follow me. And I had the people on my Instagram vote for their top 2 favorites. And so the top 2 are the 2 that we will be doing in this video. Hope you enjoy our little Halloween tutorial. Let's get right into it. All right, I am using 2 colors. This one, if you can't tell, it's kind of creamy. I know that we need 1 string of this guy and 4 strings of this guy, and because 1 black at 90 inches and 4 creamy whites at 50 inches. Okay, so now what I want you to do is fold them in half. This is going to be very similar if you've done a flower chain or a daisy chain, any other kind. So I fold it in half. Boom. So then all I do is I just put pull a couple extra inches of the black to one side so that we have the slack to make so that I can do the loop. I want to make the teardrop loop. The way we do that is by using backward knots. Forward knots, it doesn't really matter. So since the string's on this side, I want it to go on that side. I'm going to start with a backward. So with the forward knot, let me explain a little better. Instead of doing 2 knots the same way, you gotta do 2 knots opposite ways. So it's not a backward knot, it's not a forward knot, it's a backward forward knot. So I start with the backward half, where I make my backwards 4. I think that's backwards. Yes, it is. I make my backwards 4, put my pinchers, I grab the string, and I pull it, and then I pull it tight. And then I'm gentle because I don't want my strings to slip. And it won't be perfect on this first one because it doesn't really have an established way to go, but it should kind of want to go that way. And so now I do the forward half of the knot. My forward 4. I got my pinchers, you can see them, there we go. Put it through, and now I pull this way. Just keep alternating backward, pinchers, put it through. Oh. There we go. And then I pull this way. And then forward. Forward 4, pinchers, boom, pull through that way. And then that should make it so that they all go the same direction. Backward 4, pull through, and forward. So we've done what, 3? You want to do, I think, at least 15. All right, so that's 4, 5, 6. I love how I'm counting like you guys don't know how to count. And 15. All right, let's take a look real quick. So hopefully you can see. So now what we're going to do is bend it in half. The bigger you make the loop, the more it holds on. You'll probably find that this tape will give out pretty shortly. All right. So right now the black should be on the outsides, which is awesome. That's what we want. So first, this is a forward knot. forward 4, pinchers, through the loop, ta-da, and then we do it, we want to really pull so they're really together, and then you do the exact same thing again, boom. So we're kind of doing the opposite of a chevron here. So these two that we just met in the middle, I'm going to find the next one in line. And I'm going to do a backward knot. Here, backward 4, onto the white. And then another backward 4. Yeah, really reaching. Go. And then this one we just ignore and we just keep doing those to the outside. Because the goal is we want to get the black in the middle so that it can make the little face that we want. Backward. And then one last backward on the black itself. And then we want to do the same thing on the other side. We find the, well, it's forward knots now. The opposite thing on the other side. So now I'm doing a forward knot, pinchers, and then I pull. Boom. Forward 4, through. And I can already hear my tape crinkling. That's a great sign. And this is the last one. I'm gonna grab the 2 in the middle. Forward. It doesn't matter what knot you do in the middle. And then I'm going to start with the left side with my backward 4. Backward 4. And my fridge sounds possessed. And then forward knots. Okay, just as we've been doing, we want to meet in the middle. Forward. this one, you get it, tighten up. Tighten, very good. And then keep it going. I'm gonna do one backward. This side. And then I want, instead of this one, instead of this one going backward, I'm gonna have the black go forward. Boom. Nice little eyeball. Eyeball. And I did that nice and loose. And keep going with the backward. There we go. And new piece of tape. Alright, knot tension is important here because otherwise it starts to spread out a little bit. Forward. Again. And then instead of a forward, the black is doing a backward onto the white for the eyeball. Or, I guess it's not an eyeball, it's an empty eye socket. That makes it scary. And we keep doing the forward knots. Yeah. Okay. All right, now they meet in the middle. Again. Boom. It's gotta be nice and tight too. Stunning. Love it. And then we're taking a break from the black doing something. So I'm doing the same row we've been doing. But make sure to really have the knots tight. So the other one. Yep. Okay. This one is the smiley ghost. Okay, so now is where it gets different. Well, not really. We start with the knot in the middle, and you tighten it really nice. Really good. There you go. And now I want to do a backward knot, but then I'm going to do a forward knot. Yeah, crazy, crazy. And then I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side to make it clear. Well, this one's a forward backward knot. Forward, get the scissors, backward, check, because I like where those are right now. And then I'll just do forward, I guess. And then a forward, oh Lord, and a forward, backward, and then a backward. Okay, it's only looking mildly concerning, so it's good. So forward there, forward, backward, forward, backward, backward. All right. Meet in the middle. I just want to make it and then this one we're going to go in the middle too. Backward knots. Backward. Meet in the middle. As, oh, felt that flip. There we go. I want the black. Forward. Boom. Forward. And more forward. More forward. Now it's backward. 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 And meet in the middle with whatever knot you want. I did a forward, or I'm actively doing a forward. Now, if you remember, the black was here. So now this next one, I want to do my forward knots into the center again. Because we need the black to get back on the outside. I'm going to stop, or I'm not going to meet them in the middle on this one, on these last two rows, or on this row for sure, and then I might cut it even shorter on this last one. A lot of this is you can, once you get familiar, you can kind of adjust things if you like the look of certain bits better. And we're done with that side. One and the smiley one. And I'll finish it up and come back and show you how I end off these bracelets. So I did one last backward forward knot just to get them all gathered up, and then I'm just gonna braid it just like I did on this side. I'm just gonna trim it. Sweet. So I have one that's a little longer than the other, which works out. I flip it over, taper down in the middle, and then generally the longer one I put through this loop, because then it has to, double back on itself, as you can see, I think, hopefully. So, like this up here a little bit, and then I just make it adjustable. I don't recommend doing chain bracelets permanent because the little chain bubbly part gets unbubbly, and it's not that cute, in my experience. But if you want to try it, you can go for it. All right. I realized I didn't explain the square knots at all during that. Apologies. I have a square knot tutorial. There we go. Success. Then I snip it off. Wha-pam, and we're done. Lovely. Look at her. Well done. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite, if you like the smiley face or the scary face. Make sure you give this video a like if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.